Saqqara is a necropolis just a few steps from the ancient administrative center of Memphis. The tomb of Maya was the first tomb we visited. Maya was Tutankhamun's wet nurse. She obviously earned significant recognition. That's why she could have been buried in such a beautiful tomb. Egypt's Palace Pyramids. The vendors of souvenirs are the first thing you notice in Saqqara. They are worse than numerous stray dogs, as Melinda Hartwig noted in one of her lectures in Great Courses Plus. They are experienced and quickly recognize who is their potential customer. You can reject their offer and leave them to admire an old tomb. They will patiently wait for you. You disappear in another tomb, and who is waiting for you after you took several pictures and are ready for another gem of Egyptian history. The faint of heart eventually capitulates, and the successful vendor immediately evaluates the arrival of innocent tourists. The first pyramid was a step pyramid built for Pharaoh Djoser by Imhotep. Djoser was like a movie director today. He had people for everything: vizier, high priest, architect, healer. Nevertheless, Imhotep combined all these functions, so might have had people for everything too. We don't know much about his life. What we know is he was more and more venerated and eventually became a Greek god of healthcare, Asclepius. In those days, the tombs were built as rectangular blocks called mastabas. Imhotep came up with an idea to put a smaller mastaba on a larger one, and again, so that the stairs were formed where Pharaoh could walk to the heaven. So that the first step pyramid, or proto-pyramid, was built. In those days, it was the tallest building in the world. There is a network of corridors beneath the step pyramid. Many of them are difficult to walk. Today, the access to the pyramid is from the south entrance. Around the step pyramid, there are other buildings and mortuary temples, also big court for the Hepset festival. The festival was celebrated 30 years after the pharaoh became pharaoh. Originally, he was supposed to demonstrate that he was physically capable to rule Egypt. The step pyramid was the tallest building in the world, but without any statues or paintings inside. Things changed when the last pharaoh of the 5th dynasty, Unas, built his pyramid. The pyramid itself looked like a hill made of gravel and sand. Only at some places the stone blocks reveal it is a pyramid. The walls of the funeral chamber are covered with inscriptions, so-called pyramid texts, and the ceiling obviously depicts the starry sky. The tomb of two brothers is rather unusual. Niang Khnum and Khnum Hotep are buried here with their wives and children. The unusual depicted physical contact suggests they were brothers, possibly twin brothers. Some researchers propose they were identical twins. In the 21st century, it doesn't surprise. Some people speculate Niang Khnum and Khnumhotep were not brothers, but they were simply gays. Our day continued visiting the bent pyramid built by Pharaoh Snefru. When it comes to pyramids, the common sense says clearly, one pharaoh, one tomb. However, Snefru built in his life no less than 3 pyramids. The first one was the pyramid in Maiden. When it showed some signs of mechanical instability, its construction was abandoned and a new pyramid was started. Beautiful building, courageously climbing to the sky. However, after a while it was clear that the angle under which it was rising to the heaven was too courageous. Strange sounds were coming from inside. The pyramid moaned, panted, and groaned. Perhaps the trunks from big Lebanon cedars can stop the implosion. Well, they helped a bit. But would you like to spend the rest of your afterlife in such a building? Snefru decided he did not and started the third pyramid, so-called the Red Pyramid, where he was eventually buried. The bent pyramid is accessible today. Egyptologist Dr. Bob Breyer claims entering the bent pyramid is rather dangerous. When we get out of the pyramid, I immediately proudly paraphrased Bob's words. Returning is only slightly easier, but eventually we are back. Voila! Here is the Red Pyramid. Anybody interested? Today we visited the Step Pyramid, the Onassis Pyramid, the Bent Pyramid. Obviously, we are definitely not claustrophobic. Eventually, we are united in the decision that for today we can do without entering the Red Pyramid.